Hey guys, so we are back with another tale of terror. I believe this might be the last one. I really think it might be the endings that we've been hoping for, but this is the hard part. What do we choose? So I got from Yashi, we are doing Brandon on page 47, but this is a first. Y'all don't agree? Ash said we should do page 27 with Melvin Estep the second. So I have to be the tiebreaker. I was going to wait for a third, but I said it could take some time, and I really want to know as well. I have not read ahead, and I'm going to pick 47. And my reasoning is because this book seems to like always want to trick you up. Like the keeper of the sword seemed like it should have been the guy with like the big sword, but it was the girl. So I feel like Brandon sounds like he's just a regular dude, and Melvin Estep the second side, he's like a fancy guy. So I'm thinking that the writer's trying to trick us up, and I'm gonna go for 47. I'm gonna be the tiebreaker. We'll see what happens. So let's go and read. You cross your fingers and decide to take a chance on Brandon Estep. You run over to his tombstone and stand in front of it. You hold the sword in both hands like a dagger with the point down. Your hands tremble so much you're afraid you'll drop the sword. You tighten your grip and take a deep breath. Then you raise the sword above Brandon's grave and prepare to plunge it into the ground. But something stops you. Turn to page 36. Uh-oh. You hear a booming crack. In the next instant, the ghost of Brandon Estep rises up out of his grave. Is he the MPG? Have you chosen the right Estep? You peer at Brandon as he floats towards you. He's a young guy wearing a black leather motorcycle jacket with heavy metal spikes and chains and a metal hand. A metal hand. A chill of terror runs through you. This must be him, the most powerful ghost, the ghost with the iron hand. You raise the foil again, but the ghost lunges at you and grabs your arm with his iron hand. Your arm freezes. You can't move. For a moment you panic. Then you remember what McFarlane told you, the date of Sarah's death. It's magic somehow. Oh, did you write down the date like McFarlane told you? Good. Then find the date and add up all your digits in the year. What's the new number? Well, that's your next page number. Turn to that page. What? You don't remember the date. Turn to page 96 and choose one of the Sarahs. Add the digits in the year of her death and turn to that page. You race out to the graveyard. You've got to find the fancy woman's grave fast. Then it hits you. You only know her first name, Sarah. Sarah who? You run up and down the rows of tombstones searching for a grave marked Sarah. Naturally, you find two. One is Sarah Grayson, born in 1820, died in 1895. The other is Sarah McGinnis, born in 1918, died in 1940. It's up to you. Which is the right Sarah? Think very carefully, then pick one. Okay, so I kind of got it. It says the other Sarah is McGinnis and the other Sarah is Sarah Grayson. Now the other page, page 36, says if you don't remember the date, turn to page 96 and choose one of the Sarahs. Add up the digits in the year of her death and turn to that page. Okay, so we can pick Sarah Grayson, who died in 1895, or the younger Sarah, which died in 1940. So I'm going to pick Sarah McGinnis, the younger Sarah, because she had a fencing blade, and fencing could be in the 18s too, but I'm going to pick the younger Sarah, and we're going to add it up. And let's type in 1, because she died in 1940. So it's 1 plus 9 plus 4 equals page 14. So let's go to page 14. Congratulations, you picked the right Sarah. Sarah McGinnis, born in 1918, died in 1940 at the age of 22. You knew she was the right one. because the fencing ghost was a young beauty. So she must have died young. The other Sarah in the graveyard lived to be 75 years old. Very clever of you to figure it out. Suddenly you hear her voice. It fills your ears. I am the keeper of the sword, she calls to you from her grave. Let my foil do the work. Let go. Let go? Weird, you think, but you do. As soon as the foil leaves your hand, it floats in midair. Then it plunges itself deeply into the earth, into Brandon Estep's grave. Ah! The ghost cries. His shimmering body begins to fade and then disappears back into the earth. Your eyes open wide and your mouth drops open as you gaze at an amazing sight. The coffins are creeping again, back to their original positions. You did it. The curse has been defeated, but there's only one problem. Brandon's ghostly body is gone, but his iron fist is still clutching your arm. Turn to page 86. McFarlane never told you what to do about an iron hand. Help, you scream, help! But you can help, but who can help you in a graveyard? You try to yank the metal hand off your arm, but you can't do it. Its grip is too strong. Help, you cry again. But your scream dies in your throat. You are too terrified to make a sound because the hand is moving. The iron fist creeps along your arm. It clutches your flesh so hard you can already feel the bruises. The glinting metal hand travels up to your throat. Horrified, you watch helplessly as the iron fingers open with a clanking sound and then snap around your neck. It's strangling you. You've got to do something fast. Turn to page 116. The metal hand clutching your throat is squeezing the life out of you. You don't have much time left. Then you see it, the sword. It has lifted itself out of the ground and is once again floating in mid-air. The sword helped before, maybe it can help you again. Stretching your arm as far as you can, you reach for the sword. You nearly topple over, but you manage to grab the handle. Now that you have the sword, you're not sure what to do with it, but you have to do something. The fingers are tightening. You've got to get some space between your throat and the metal fingers. You bring the sword up to your neck, trying to avoid slicing your own throat. You jostle and jiggle the sword through the fingers of the metal hand. Finally, the blade pokes up through the iron fist. The tip is just under your nose. The sword is jammed between your skin and the cold metal of Brandon Estep's hand. The iron hand releases your throat. The sword and the hand clatter to the ground. That is the snore of my cat. She's literally snoring back there. The iron hand releases your throat. The sword and the hand clatter to the ground. It's over. Well, maybe not. The moment the sword hits the dirt, you hear a sound, an almost deafening sound. Turn to page 131. We're in the back of the book now. Bong, bong, bong. What is that? Some kind of clock tower? Bong, bong, bong. The chimes strike 12 times. At exactly midnight, the iron hand and the sword vanish, and your grandmother appears in the doorway of her house. Why, listen to that, she exclaims. It's the clock tower in the church. That clock hasn't chimed in years. Really? You say, your eyes growing wide? Your grandmother nods. Not since Brandon Estep died. He crashed his motorcycle in this graveyard. Wow, boy. But he loves that clock tower. He had helped his father build it. So everyone said Brandon haunted this place, and that's why the clock wouldn't chime. Of course, that's a lot of nonsense. Nonsense. No way you think. They tried to fix the clock 1,000,000 times, your grandmother goes on, but it never worked. I wonder why it started chiming now. You're pretty sure you know the answer to that. Go to page 120. I guess Brandon's ghost is finally at rest, you say. You gaze around you and see that the tombstones are all back where they belong. In fact, the whole graveyard looks kind of sleepy and peaceful. Oh, don't be a goose, your grandmother scolds. There are no ghosts. Next, you'll be telling me that the ghost of Elmira Martin is taking a nap in your room. Elvira? You'd forgotten about her, but you figured when the other ghosts returned to their graves, Elvira did too. Your grandmother yawns. Come on, she says sleepily. This is way past your bedtimes. You and your grandmother go inside. You say goodnight and climb the stairs to your bedroom. What a day, you think, flopping down on the soft bed. Watch it. A familiar voice echoes through the room. A lump under the comforter slowly materializes. Elvira! Don't hog the covers, she snaps. She yanks the blanket under you so hard you roll right out of the bed. You've heard of bad roommates, but this is ridiculous. Well, you'll just have to learn to get along because Elvira is here for eternity. Your days of having your own room have come to an end. We hit an end. The book is done. We won. I say it's a win. That is so cool. I think we won. We won. This is the end. The end. So we're haunted by Elvira forever, at least at grandmother's house. But we beat it. We beat the curse of the coffins. Yes! Guys, I think this is a first. I don't think I've ever won this book. This was awesome. This was fun. This was a lot of fun. Thank y'all so much, Ash and Yoshi, for always commenting and giving me some really good pages and things to go for. It's been a lot of fun to play with y'all with this book. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if he was going to actually get to the end. When they started involving math, I got scared because I hate math. But this was fun. So we got this ending. This ending is that Elvira haunts us, but we beat the curse of the creeping coffin. I think it's probably the best ending we can possibly get. So I will talk to y'all guys later. We finished the book. I don't know how we could really restart it, but just for kicks and giggles, Ash, we can see what would happen if we had went to page 27. Just for fun, let's go to it. This is what would have happened if we went to page 27, picked Melvin S. Step II. Ooh, we got another end. This is another end. Let's see what happens. You plunge your sword into Melvin S. Step II's grave. The moment the foil pierces the ground, Melvin S. Step II rises up out of the earth. Oh, really bad choice. He's not the MPG. He's the MHG, the most horrible ghost. As the stinking mist that surrounds him begins to clear, you can see he has no face. There is just a skull filled with rats. The squealing rodents pop out of his eye sockets. They run up and down his cheekbones and in through his grinning mouth. He rises up, towering over you. He's huge. You sink to your knees in terror. No, you whimper. He is covered in shredded rags teeming with bugs. Strips of rotting flesh fall from his skeletal body. He lifts his horrible skull head to the sky and lets out an unearthly moan. Then he fixes his rat-filled eye sockets on you. And then, his bloody hands reach for your throat. Face it, what happens next is too gross, even for you. You better close the book for now and open it again when you think you can survive all the way to the end. So we was going to get to the end some way, somehow. So she gets the good choke. We had it to 27. We was going to get to the end. That's what happens in this book. And looks another end too. Like it's multiple endings. So I think we got the best one. That was awesome. That was fun. So I hope y'all guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it with y'all. If you have any suggestions on scary stories or any more like this, let me know. But I hope y'all enjoy reading with me because I enjoy reading with y'all. Okay, guys. Bye.